Na 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 na. Two. Pew. Hey, what's happening? You alright? Well, I was very lucky because my friend gave this to me as a good luck thing. It's £2. They gave it to me more like a good luck thing, and they said they'd had it in their pocket for a while, so I was like, oh, that was really sweet of you. And as you can hear, it's thundering really bad outside, so I'm like, oh, shit, I don't like the thunder, it scares me. So shout out to Bella Ricci, shout out to everybody else who's doing cool. Hope you're all doing good this weekend. Fucking, it's like I'm just wearing my pajama jams, but they're not like my actual pajama jams. It's like, you know that way when it's raining, like I went out. Hi Cringe Nationalism, how you doing, darling? Yeah, I was just saying, I don't know where you are, but it's like really thundering and lightning here. So I went out, my hair got totally soaked, like drenched like a fucking rat, man. Like a grabbler. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know, a grabbler. Is that a little ticket? Yeah, well, my friend gave it to me. They've had it in their pocket. It's £2, which is like, to pay, he's won £2, but he gave it to me, he says it was for good luck. And he says, here, keep this for good luck, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why didn't you just cash it? And he says, oh, it's a good luck thing. And I was like, okay, Scottish people are tight. But I don't know, yeah, if you match 3 symbols and he matched the 3 red things, that's £1. And then he matched 3 dings, whatever a ding is. So it's £2 on a £1 one, which is quite unusual. But I'm going to probably cash it in. And then on the lottery thing, I want something else. Cringe Nationalism. I still can't get over that song you sent me, by the way. Fucking amazing. I love it so much. Like, that was all you, babe. You sent it to me, and now I just can't get over it. Like, seriously, I just been so in love with that song. Like, see, every time, like, I'm out, like, with my friends and, like, we're chilling or whatever, I'm like, just, you know that way when you've had a drink, you're like, I need to put this song on, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, wait to hear it, you're gonna love it. And then I put it on, I'm like, because the easy, that's what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Like, because the boys in the hood, they always did it. See, I can hum that, but you know what I'm talking about, it's such a good song. Fucking epic song. And Easy's original song was good, but I'm over it, but I'm happy it resonates with you. Oh, Cringe Naz, are you over it? Like, well, I don't know how, but it's just, it was, because I always liked the Easy, I never really liked rap or anything like that, but I really liked the tune of that song. So when you sent it to me, it really did kind of resonate. But the thing is, it makes me wonder, Cringe, does that mean that there's more of that genre? Because I can't believe there's just one of that genre. There has to be more. And if there's more, I would be so grateful if you could direct me into the direction of where I would find them and where I would get them, so I could listen, download, and just that way I could be sitting on the train, sitting listening to them like and nobody would know what I was talking about. Yeah, I get your overnight. Thank you, don't know, but it means a lot to me. But I'm hoping there's more. I'm hoping that isn't just the one song that we've got, you know. I'm hoping there's like more, like a genre of songs like that. Do you get what I mean? If there is, what would I look up? Just basically, I googled as well. Wait till you find this out. Did you know about this? There's a word for see those people, the grabblers. There's an actual word called loyum or something like that. I'll show you in a second. I'm just going to find it. I'm just turning my phone on, and it begins with an L, and the actual word is it basically means it's hatred of white people, especially a hatred of goyim, but especially white people. And they said the mainstream media and everybody really covers this word up, but it's actually, there was at one point it was in the dictionary, and it's how much people of that tribe hate goyim, but especially white people. I'm waiting for the thing to come up. The word begins with an L. Like, I'd never heard of it in my life. So, see, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's true. Well, I always knew it was true, you know, but, it's like, I follow Bruno the dog and everything, and, like, just really cool people like yourself, and you guys really make it kind of obvious. Yeah, like, I think it was you that done one of those films, like, oh, you know that this song is stuck in my head. It was either you or one of the channels you showed me to, and it's, you know, that I'm not white, I'm Jewish, I'm not white, I'm Jewish, and it was like basically all these Twitter posts, and every single person on Twitter was like, fucking white people, man, white people, and then people would say, but you're white, and they're like, actually, I'm an atheist Jew, or I'm a something Jew, or I'm like, they call themselves a different race, and now apparently in America, they're meant to be like, there's Jewish American. What? Mr. Bond's whole archive. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, is that like a whole, is that music? Well, I'm gonna love that. Thank you so much, you're a hero. You really are. We are all just stems in the wind. That's so true, cringe. Everybody's busy because it's just like, I think there's me and you. But yeah, we are just stems in the wind. Tears in the rain. Yeah, can you hear that rain going crazy? It's really bad right now. But yeah, I'll tell you what it's called. Wait to see this photo as well. It's like so cringe. Like, there was these people when I was down in London, and they were selling Trump toilet paper, and the guy was basically saying, take a Trump and then use Trump to wipe your Trump with. And I was like, I so wanted to spend £2 to buy a toilet roll and then just flung it off the seat, but I knew I'd go to prison because there was like police everywhere. Like, it was like crazy, so I thought, no, not worth it. Tears in the rain. Tears in the rain. Is that the Eric Clapton song when he sees his little boy die and then he writes that song? Do you know the one I'm talking about? It's such a fucking, like, what song? Yeah, right, wait till I find this. 2 seconds. There's the picture of these fucking nyes selling, and like one of them was like wearing an LGB top. The other one was like, and look, it says Donald Trump toilet paper. Can you see them? Trump toilet paper. And I was just standing laughing at them. But they're selling it out a wheelie bin they've clearly stolen. And I was like, these are fucking complete freaks. And they're walking around like, we need to stop Brexit. I was like, it's too late, too late, too late. They're basically like the American versions. We call them Ramonas because they're like, oh, I bet you voted for Brexit, you're a Nazi. They're like, oh, you must have voted for Trump, you're a Nazi. It's kind of like the same thing. It's a Blade Runner reference. Oh, really? Wait, I need to shut that window because the fucking wind is going crazy. Wait. Oh, shit, sorry. Shiza Minorg. I recommend that movie for you. Oh, I've seen Blade. I've not seen Blade Runner. I'll definitely watch it though, thank you. I've been watching some good movies of late. I watched a really good movie that obviously I've been trying to see for a long time. I don't know if I'm even allowed to mention it, but you know, if you die, people say you would go to, there's either heaven or there's hell, right? And then put hell, and then I'm playing a drum. Do you get what I'm talking about? That film, I watched that one because I'd already watched The Greatest Story. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'd already seen that, so I was really excited to see the other one, but the other one said, oh, I had a lot of people saying don't watch it if you've got like if you feel, because I get like, I cry during films because I'm a female and things like that, and they're like, oh, you'd be oversensitive, blah blah blah. But I watched it and it really I had to pause it halfway through, but it traumatized me. Anything to do with the Bolshevik revolution, anything to do with, you know, like truth things, anything to do with things like that, like we were talking about. I love Trump toilet paper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I should have followed them home and just toilet papered their house. Seriously, Trump toilet paper, is that not the most disrespectful thing you've ever seen? Trust me, I gave them it like that, but like there was police vans all surrounding them because they only ever do shit like that when there's police around them to protect them. How are you doing, Serbia? But yeah, they had Trump's toilet paper and they were like doing all this stuff, and the guy was like, take a Trump and buy a Trump toilet paper, and he had it in a wheelie bin that he'd clearly stolen, and I was like, fucking idiot, and he was just like, but I did want to buy it and then just fling it off his face or totally TP his house. But this is the word I'm trying to find. Wait. Look, it's called, so I didn't know there was an actual word for this. No, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Gosh dang it. Loctium or something? No, I'm saying the wrong words. Locthium? No, again, wrong word. Here, it's here. Yeah. Loxism, right, look. There's two, it says, what is, it's Loxism. What is Loxism? And it says, Loxism is the Jews' hatred, not merely of Gentiles, but specifically of white people. Loxism is the most powerful form of racial hatred on the planet, yet is never ever mentioned by the mainstream media. I wonder why, question mark. But you should look up, seriously, it's a real thing, because at first I thought it was just a meme going around, but it's not. It's a real thing. You can say the title of a movie already. Hellstorm. Hellodrum, is it Hellodrum? Hellstorm? I don't know if you could say the name of the movie or not. Yeah, well, it's just a movie, isn't it? Like, I'm not saying if I watched it or not. I mean, it was hard enough to see the great, like, not that, there was The Greatest Story Never Told. I know that film is banned. I don't know to the extent of what it's banned. We're not as bad as Germany. Do you know in Germany, if you even question, I'm not talking about deny full-on Holocaust denial, I'm not talking about anything like that, but in Germany, if you even question the number and say, well, the number seems a bit off, and what about the wooden doors, and what about this, or what about that, like, see the way I'm talking right now? Prison. You go to prison. You actually go to prison. Is that not like a red flag right there? Like, whoa, wait a minute, like, if you can't question things, then that's got to make you think then there's something weird, do you not think? Like, plus there's a word that we've never heard of, where apparently it's like the most powerful form of racial hatred on the planet, and it's Loxism. It's the Jews' hatred not merely of Gentiles, but specifically of white people. But it's never mentioned by the mainstream media. I wonder why that is. Well, who controls the mainstream media? We all know. So yeah, I mean, I'd never heard of that. Like, I don't know about you guys. 07 Lacy, by the way, it's pronounced. Sorry, darling, sorry. Shri, never. No, it is a biggie, because I hate when people say my name wrong, sorry. Shrivara. That's a beautiful name. Sorry, I'm sorry for getting it wrong, because I hate when I say my name. See when people say names wrong, so I'm sorry. Shrivara. I'll try and get it right, I'm sorry. Do your thing, Liz. I don't want to drag this in with my Nazism. Oh, you're not cringe. I love your stuff. Cringe nationalism. You're a good girl. That's what matters most. Oh, I love all your stuff. Like, see your songs and everything. And by the way, mate, if you look back to my old stuff, that's what I was actually doing. It was exposing Zionism. Because the only national or nationalist that we have in the UK is Tommy Robertson, real name Stephen Yax Lennon. The reason he calls Scottish people racist, he says that we're the real Nazis. So we've got cringe nationalism. The whole point is everybody is like blindly following this guy. They don't seem to realise he's funded by Rebel Media, or Rabbi Media as I call them. He's funded by Ezra Levant. He's been taken around by Mossad. He tells all the British people that Mossad are amazing, that Mossad can do no wrong, and the British people just eat it up. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, do you know who Mossad are? And they're like, yeah, we know they've done some bad things, but like, even the FBI's done bad things. They've stopped terrorists, man. I'm like, no, he's not a patriot. No, he sold his fucking... No, he was a criminal, and then when he got a deal, he took the deal to work for the Jews, and that's what he's doing now. Now he's pretending to be a fake patriot, but he goes to Israel all the time, And like there's a picture, the Enigma Report, shout out to him, Richie, done an amazing video which I've got on my front page, that basically it says Avi Yemeni exposes Tommy as a Zionist, and Tommy's wearing like a hat saying like he's a Zionist shill. Reminds me of Socrates executed just for asking questions. Yes, so you're so right. You're so right. Like Socrates. Yeah, I'm saying that wrong as well. Socrates. Yeah, executed just for asking questions. Exactly. That's like in Germany, and that's that to me is fascist. That is kind of like a fascist state, like, and it's kind of like, well, German if you ask me. And it seems to me like sometimes I'll ask myself, do you think that Germany was playing the long game all along, and now instead of being out and out Nazis, like they were never called Nazis, by the way, they never said we're Nazis, they were always National Socialists. The nickname was given to them Nazis by the Jews or whatever. I don't know if it was the Jews or if it was the Russians, I don't know. But anyway, maybe I sometimes question and think, like, do you think like it was like a long game they were playing, and now their game is we're just gonna call everyone a Nazi, like, until you're beaten into submission? Like, I don't care if people call me a Nazi, I really don't. I think that's because when I first came to Scotland, see, because my dad was American and my mum was Scottish, when I first moved over here, I was born in Germany. So when I first came here, like, when we came down and like at school, like from the first words I remember being able to say, like people would call me a Nazi because I was born in Germany. So it's always been a thing, like where I was like, yeah, I would cry when I was a little girl, and then I got over it and I was like, fuck off, and then I would just kick them. And like so I've always known, like, words are not true, like you can just tell people to shut the fuck up and that's it. So like I've been called a Nazi since I was a child, just because of where I was born. And it's really, so then when people started coming around with it again, I was like, oh come on, really, shut up. Every intelligent agency, yeah, so true, yep, that is so true, Hale. Yeah, well, look at the stuff that the Americans were meant to do, and the Brits as well. Like both of them were meant to have got up to some really bad stuff. I know they do like waterboarding and stuff like that, but that's just the stuff they let you know about. I think there's like a lot more fucked up stuff, like the sleep deprivation. Like, I don't know if any of you watched that. What was that name? Remember Jack? And he done a thing where it was a program, and oh, what was that called? It was about like espionage, and the guy was called Jack, and it was really big. 24 hours, was it 24 or 24 hours? Something like that. It was this thing in America, but it was like I got like all the CDs when they came out. And it was Nina was in it, and it started off. It was kind of like they stopped like Al Qaeda and like it wasn't actually Al Qaeda, but they stopped people like that. Then it turned into like all these different other spies. Do you know what I'm talking about? And like Jack would like, he done a thing where he got like the children, he would say he had them hostage, and he would like shoot them and like but pretend like, oh, it was brilliant. It was a really good program to watch as well. I've read this book called I Am Pilgrim, and do you know the book, I swear, like one of the best books I've ever read. See the way it's written, you actually are on have you ever read a book like where, or watched a film where you're actually on the side of the bad guy? Like, I read, seeing that I Am Pilgrim, there's two sides. There's the side of the detective, the American guy who's got under his skin like one of those pills that, see, if he was to be captured, he'd have to take the pill to kill himself, right? And he's like a total deep state kind of undercover agent, but he's really lonely because he can't trust anyone, he can't have a relationship, because if he does, he puts them in danger. But then it starts off with the I Am Pilgrim guy, and he watches his parents get hung in Saudi Arabia or one of these countries by Westerners, and you can, as a child, and he's screaming and crying as his parents get hung, and you feel really bad for him. Devil's Rejects, that sounds really good. No, this one's called I Am Pilgrim, but that one's, I'll need to check out Devil's Rejects. But this film, sorry, the book, it was just amazing, like, because you actually read the full book, and the guy ends up being a full-blown terrorist, like what we would call like an ISIS terrorist or whatever. But he's fucking, you can see why he is, like, because it starts off with him, as I said, as a young boy, he has to watch his parents getting killed. Then he does all this cool shit where like he managed to gouge someone's eyeball out to use the eyeball scanner to get into a CIA thing. And oh, I can see those books like you're talking about Devil's Rejects. There's some books and some films that can really pull you in, and it can make you be on the side of the bad guy. That's why I liked Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones, I'm an American myself, shit like Guantanamo Bay, Americans, yeah, I think that's disgusting. Concerns hell at me as well. Guantanamo Bay, that really concerns me. Like, it's just out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, like, see when that was on that 24, I mean, it was terrifying because the people were saying like, I don't want to have to go to this, and like people would rather die than go to Guantanamo Bay because like you said, they're just stuck in the middle of nowhere, and I don't think they get this right stuff that they need. They won't get medical care. They'll get, it just sounds horrific, like it really does, and I'm not like one of these hippies that think like flowers for everybody and things, but I kind of think like, well, if you're gonna have something like Guantanamo Bay, why don't you have it for fucking paedophiles? Why do pedos get to fucking go and sign on a sex offenders list, but then like terrorists or like suspected terrorists get tortured for months? I mean, I don't even know what happens there. Nobody does, and it's fucking crazy sounding. But they don't ever come out. Like, you never see somebody that's been released from Guantanamo Bay. No oversight at Gitmo either. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Devil's Rejects. I'll need to check that. That sounds mad. That really does. But yeah, like, and of course we know, like, I'm not being funny, like, when people want to say, like, oh, terrorist, when I was growing up, like, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I was always taught from school, of course, it wasn't my family that taught me this, because my dad didn't preach this, trust me, but I was always taught at school that it was on both sides, it was Israel and it was Palestine, and they both had equal amounts of like bullets. Just pretend, because you know when you're a child they have to explain it to you simpler, so they said they both have always hated each other just as equally, and they both had fair fighting and blah blah blah. It's all lies, as you know, like as you look now and you see the way it's been treated. It's just a good movie, yeah. Like, no, I love good movies anyway. I'm really into good movies, but yeah, like, I mean, if you look at Israel compared to Palestine, no way is that fair. That's like saying you've got somebody with millions and billions of pounds, plus a wall, plus like the Palestinians are now getting caught. Like, they're just, it's mostly children. I think it's 40% of them are children. And the reason there's so many children is because their parents have been fucking slaughtered, and it's just so sad. Like, and you're like, well, of course they're gonna lose. And then people are like, yeah, but a lot of them join it. There's some that join terrorist group, and I'm like, well, that's probably because they're seeing their parents and everybody getting blown to shreds, and then they're Christian or whatever, and then somebody comes along and picks up these vulnerable people when they've got nobody else. Do you get what I mean? Devil's Rejects was great. Horror. I love Rob Zombie. Devil's Rejects. Right, I'm gonna have to write that down now. I'm like, Devil's Rejects. You both keep talking about it. I'm like, Devil's Rejects. Yeah, Devil's Rejects. That sounds pretty good to me. Devil's Rejects, right? What other films do you like? Have you been watching Black Mirror recently? Some people like Black Mirror, some people don't really like it. What do you like? Do you watch Netflix? A lot of Netflix is complete libtard, that's such an old word, I can't believe I said that. Cringe. But complete like propaganda basically, if you know what I mean. And I hate it. But there is some good stuff that like I watched on Netflix. Like, I see on Netflix, that was where I watched the two good things on Netflix. One of them was American Circumcision, and it was about how little boys are getting circumcised and it's of no benefit to them at all, and it was these women trying to speak out against it, saying like about the botched circumcision and things like that, and how if it's not a religious ceremony, why are non-Jewish boys or non-Muslim boys being pushed into having this cosmetic procedure basically. and they were showing botched circumcisions, and like it was really bad, and like little babies can die from it, and it was really sad as well, but it was a really good program. And then the other one I watched was called One of Us, and it was about a Jewish dude, I need to change my screen name. I think your screen name's cool, like, but if you don't like it, then just change it. But tell me that so I know it's you. But yeah, the other program I watched was called One of Us, right? And I had no idea about this until I watched it. This was a good few years ago, and I can't, today it would never be allowed on, because this was before Trump era. This is like when Netflix had just came out, sorry, and it was about Orthodox Jews, and it was about how they were like women who had, you know how they, I didn't know why, but like I was like, why do all the Orthodox Jews have like their head shaved, but they have to shave their head and wear a wig apparently? I don't know why. When they get married, they have to shave their hair. House of 1K wasn't going. Oh, that sound good. Yeah, so the One of Us was basically about these women who, as much as they'll try and tell you no, and as much as they go on and on about Sharia law, they never ever talk about the fact that in Judaism and Orthodox Judaism, they have something very similar to Sharia law, but they call it, I honestly can't remember what it's called. Basically, the dad has all the rights, the woman has no rights. The women have to try and run away with their children. Like this, there was about 4 women that were starring in the program. 2 of them didn't show their face. One of them showed her face, and so did the other one. Again, both of them had like short hair. I have no idea. If anyone knows, please tell me why they have to shave their hair. It must be some kind of religious thing, but I don't get why. It's kind of like humiliation, you know? Like, they don't do that. Yeah, I mean 12. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, I don't, like, even Muslims don't do that. They don't make you shave your hair when you get married. It's like, yeah, you have to wear a burqa, but they want you to look nice, you know? Like, I don't think they'd want you to have like a shaved head. But I don't know. I don't know what it's all about. But yeah, the program kind of exposed the Orthodox community of Judaism in New York, and it was set in New York, and how like these women, if they like this one of them was getting beaten by her husband. He was an alcoholic, but because he was the Orthodox Jews all protected him, and Lacey, I don't know, but it sounds sexy. What the what do you mean, the film or the shaving of the hair? Like, I'm talking about the hair. Like, they shave their head, like, so you can't have long hair. They make them wear a wig, and Orthodox Jews. Do you get what I mean? I don't know. It sounds sexy. You're not right. You're so funny. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's kind of like a humiliation thing. I don't know. But yeah, like One of Us, and it was about how like these women couldn't get away from, I'm circumcised. Glad my parents had it done. Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying that I'm not dissing people that are uncircumcised and things like that. But I just think that it should be a choice in America. See, like over here in the UK, you're asked, do you want, like, you'd have to basically ask, like, I want to have my child circumcised. Whereas in America, it's just the given. So there's all these children like that are circumcised, and their parents are told, lied to basically, and said it's for the best, whereas it's a more of a what's the word, cosmetic procedure. Like, they had all these doctors on saying like there's no health benefits whatsoever, it just looks better or whatever in the eyes of some people. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I'm so glad my parents done it because the benefits, dick stays cleaner, lots of less finching. Yeah, I mean, I've seen, like I said, both sides. I'm just would be terribly worried about the botched circumcision thing. And for babies, I mean, imagine getting a botched circumcision and your willy's just gone. Like, and these babies had, like, because the size of the thing and their wee baby willies, if it's botched, they've got no willy, like, for the rest of their life. How fucked up would you be in the head? You'd be like, like, you'd be so fucked. You'd be so angry. Reconsidering your, yeah, I know what you mean. So what do you think of, do any of you get why the One of Us I was talking about, do you know why Orthodox Jewish women have to shave their head? I'm going to Google it and see if I can find out. I don't know what you would Google it in, but it's Orthodox Jewish women, and once they get married, they have to shave their head. And I have no idea why. I've always wondered why, like I said, since I've watched this programme. Also, I didn't know about, there's 3 types of Jew. There's 3 types of, there's normal Judaism, then there's Orthodox Judaism, and then there's medium, or there's cultural Judaism that wear the small little kippah. Then there's medium Judaism, and then there's medium Orthodox, sorry, and then there's super Orthodox. They're the ones that wear like the big cheese hats and things like that. White Dove, hiya, how you doing? I was just asking, do you know, we're just checking out do you know why Orthodox women, Jew women, Orthodox Judaism, because it was a program I was talking about, do you know why they have to shave their hair, after they get married? I think it's during the marriage, or like during the marriage ceremony. I'm checking Orthodox women hair, because they wear wigs, so they still wear like long wigs so they look pretty, but I don't get what it's about. Hi Bella Ricci. What was that all about? Like, I'm so sorry you were dragged into that, but thanks for I can't mention the name, but don't worry, like, just because I don't want it dragged up again. I was just asking, see, Orthodox women here. See, when I first came on, by the way, if you rewind it to the start, I went shout out to Bella Ricci before anyone came on. So yeah, right, Orthodox women here, Jewish women here. It was a program called One of Us, and it was about Jewish women and hair shaving. And again, it was on Netflix, and this would never been allowed. It would never have been allowed now, because you're like, I mean, like the grabblers and all that kind of stuff. You used to be able to have a laugh and like, or even just show normal programs. Since Trump, they act like Trump is really anti-Semitic. What? Like, Trump has done more for Israel than he's done for America, and I can see that, and I'm in Scotland. Everyone in the UK can see that. Everybody in America can see that. So how can, well, not everybody, how can the left, or what, those delusional people, not see that Trump has done a fucking lot for Israel? Like, and the crazy thing is, the left is like basically full of all of these like Jewish people, but they still hate Trump, and it's like, he's done more for you than any other president ever has. Like, why do you hate him? I don't get it. I really don't. No problem. Yeah, thanks, Belarucci. No, that I thought that was really nice to hear, and exactly what you said about the mindset. No, I don't want to bring it up. Do you know what I mean? Because it'll just give them more ammo. But no, I think circumcision removes a percentage of the penis. Not all shaving will reduce the penis or further. That's why they're obsessed with huge dicks in the pornos. Right. Yeah, because they do, because it's them that makes all the pornos and everything. So that will be why they're obsessed with huge penos. Penos. But what I'm talking about is why they shave the woman's hair. Like, this One of Us. You know how, like, we're talking about Sharia law and all this kind of stuff? Jewish people in Orthodox Judaism, they have their own Sharia law, but it's not called Sharia law. I wish I could find what the feck it was called. If I could, right here, right, I'll tell you now, right, 2 seconds. It's called, and then I'll also find out why they do the shave their hair. Why do Orthodox Jews ladies shave their hair? Wedding ? And then I want to find out the other thing about, like, the Sharia law. Oh, yeah, Bella Ricci, you're cool. Right, but yeah, we're just talking about random stuff. This site can't be reached. I'm like, this shit can't be reached. I'm like, no, because it's probably got a Jew blocker. Yeah, because I'll try it off Google. I'll try it on Brave, because that'll let me. Because it's like, well, we don't care. We'll write what we want to write, and we're not gonna be like them. Oh, I was checking out Mama Tulsa as well. Like, everyone's like totally in love with Mama Tulsa. Why do Orthodox females have to shave their hair before marriage? just always wondered why. Like, what is the point? No problem. I think, yeah, still reading the same thing. And then the Sharia law thing as well for different, see, like, Mummy's milkers, that's brilliant. Mummy's milkers. Orthodox Judaism Sharia law. It's not called Sharia law, but it's like they've got their own law that's above the law of the land, if that makes sense. It should make sense, yeah. Because, like, you know what Sharia law is, but I understand that anti-circumcision view. I disagree. I'm not sure why that gets time out. Who gets your time out? Not sure why that gets time out. I said dumb thing. What I meant is them shaving has to do with compensating with it. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah. No, I never timed you out. Did someone time you out? Sorry if you got timed out. How you doing, White Dove? Ayo. I just said ayo. It's pretty barbaric. How do you defend it? Oh yeah, what circumcision? I wasn't defending. Like when I came on, I was talking about the two good things, the best things I've ever seen on. I think you should be able to choose, because I watched this thing on Netflix before Netflix went totally leftist. Hi Skank Cunt, how you doing, darling? And it was called the American Circumcision, and it was horrific, like all these little boys, and you know it's like something like 1 in 4 circumcisions got botched, and there was no reason. Like, I get the fact that people say, yeah, it's more hygienic, it looks nice or whatever, but I think that you should be able to make that choice, and if you want to have it, wait till you're a bit older to. I don't think as a baby should have that, because it's not then your choice, it's the parents' choice. And just imagine, like, you're lucky, Sir Riva, sorry if I've said that wrong again. You're lucky, like, your circumcision came out fine, right? But can you imagine you had a botched circumcision? No, like, as a baby, it's so dangerous, and it is, as one of the doctors said on the program, it's a cosmetic thing. He said it can stop, like, rips and tears, and I don't want to get too graphic, you know what I mean? And also is more hygienic. But one of the doctors said that if you clean yourself, if you're hygienic, then it's just the same. Like in the UK, I'm pretty sure if you pull up the statistics, I don't have them off by hand, but I just know that in the UK, it's not offered. There's not a lot of people are circumcised in the UK, and if they are circumcised, it's usually because they're Muslim or they're Jewish. It's for religious reasons, and we don't get offered it. You can ask, I think. I'm going to check right now. Right, wait a minute. UK circumcision. So I don't know why in America it's pushed so much. I'm guessing it's because 40% of your Congress is Jewish. Whereas in the UK, we do have a lot of Jews in London, but not in Scotland. I don't know why that is. They probably came here like, these people are animals, I'm out of here. We can't get a baby to save ourselves. Like, we don't have it. Like, London has got a whole Orthodox Jewish area. Not so much here. Alright, Bab. Shaving your man's pubes, jeez. Oh, too far. No, not you, I meant Sarah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I get you. I would never put a razor close to my. Yeah, no, I would never put a razor close to somebody's manhood, because think about even just getting a nick. That's your penis. Like, do you know what I mean? That's a delicate sort. No, don't. Be careful. Be very careful. Oh, Fox, did they? You hemorrhaged. It's all about the doctor's skill. Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. See what I mean? Hi, English Lad. How you doing, English Lad? Yeah, well, this is what I mean. You're so lucky, because botched circumcisions from that program I watched. In the UK, we don't have that problem, like I said, but it was all called American circumcision because it's the only country in the West that does that to babies that are not Jewish or Muslim. So why are all these non-religious babies getting circumcised? And it was asking like all these doctors. They really went in depth and they showed you like it was like so many thousand a year botched circumcisions. It was crazy. Like it really was. And there was people like that had let's go to support groups that had a botched circumcision, and they said that they can still remember as a baby like flashbacks, post-traumatic stress. I don't know remembering as a baby if that's true or not. But I mean, if it was that horrific, if I mean, for it to be gone, then that must have been fucking painful. I wouldn't be surprised if you could remember that. I was circumcised because of too much skin and been well, my friend, I will tell you in a second. Wait, I'm not sure it's pushed apparently, but yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know why it's pushed either. Botches are really rare. Yeah, we'll see my friend. He's the only person I've ever met in Scotland that's had it done. And what happened was we were all playing football. I think we were about 9, nearly 10, and we were playing like soccer, football outside. And one of us kicked a ball and it went into his testicles and he had to go into hospital and he had to get circumcised. I don't know, I think one of his balls something happened, but he had to get a circumcision because of it. It was for health reasons. Like, it was really bad what happened to him. Peter Martin, I'll need to check Peter Martin's video. Peter Martin, rare in the US at least, yeah. Skin is there for a reason. Yeah, well, English till I die, this is what I'm saying. Americans don't get, see, for us it's really rare. Like in Scotland, nobody, I've met one person, like I said, but then I don't go around dick expecting, do you know what I mean? Like, let me see your penis, let me see your penis. I just know that growing up in Scotland, and the same for you in England, we are like I was just looking up the percentages there. It's like crazy. Like, we don't get circumcised, but in America it's really pushed on them. Like, they're told like, yeah, your baby's gonna get circumcised, but it's not. And also the women are conditioned that it's like better looking, whereas I mean, as long as the guy's clean, like, then I don't see that. I don't know. Personally, I just think there's going to be, I'm pretty sure you could find people that are disgustingly dirty that are circumcised as well. Like, the whole thing, I just think, shouldn't be pushed on babies. It's the same with like the trans stuff, all that kind of stuff. I shouldn't be saying it on YouTube, you know what I mean? But like, I just don't think as a child you should be forced into anything because you're a child. It shouldn't be your decision. You should wait until you're old enough to know what is good for you or like you want. Do you get what I mean? Peter Marton, is it alright if I add you so that I can see? I'm inclined to agree it's wrong to do it with baby without consent. Yeah, just because of what you need to watch this American Circumcision. It was a really good program. There were so many parents like and children that had been traumatized for it. Like I said, you're lucky you had a good doctor, and it is, as you said, like the doctor's skills. It's totally about that because you can get some terrible doctors, and it's the same everywhere. I'm trying to find the statistics. And it's not coming up for some gay ass reason. Just click on my channel to view it. Right, I will do, thank you. Right, so wait a minute. Let me see. The video is called German Soldiers Enjoying France. Oh, brilliant! Thank you. If it's something like that, I'll like it because this is what we've literally just been talking about Judaism and things like that since you've came in. Judaism, yeah, or whatever you want to call it. As I said, that's like that's basically what I've been talking about since I've had this channel. Like, I had a channel before, like I kind of done a deep dive on Tommy Robertson and then found out that he was a Zionist. So I wondered why I hated Scottish people so much, and he was blaming like the Celtic fans, and I was like, well, I'm a Celtic fan, so why? I was like, don't get it. Then I found out it was because he was basically a Zionist and he's getting funded by Mossad, and he's admitted to saying Mossad are amazing. He's not admitted to getting funded by them. He says they've helped him out a couple of times. He's getting funded by Rebel Media, Ezra Levant, who's a big, massive Zionist, The Enigma Report, again, shout out to him, Richie. If you look on his channel, it's now the Enigma Cypher, amazing channel. He exposes a lot of Zionism, Avi Yemeni, all these kind of people, Owen Benjuman, as he calls him. And he'll say, like, well, if Owen hates Jews so much, why is he still a Zionist? Because, like, Owen even says, like, he tries to, like, fool his followers and say that Zionism, all it means is that they should have a country of their own. That isn't what Zionism is. It means that you need to follow the no-hide laws, which means that you need to recognise that Judaism is the only religion, and that all the other, like, that Jesus was a criminal, and that all the other religions need to go, and they want, like, goyim slaves and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You all know. Yeah, it is white dove. It makes me wince so hard. We'll see. The boy I knew, I said his name. I shouldn't have said his name. He was 9 when he had it done, and I know that it really traumatised him because, as I said, he was just kicked with a soccer ball really hard in the privates, and he had to get circumcised. And we all went round to visit him, and he was like grey, and I mean this was like a week after it, and he was grey. He was fucking traumatised for it. So I know that the longer you wait, the more painful it looks. Like, remember, I don't know if you've watched Sex in the City. It's disgusting. But I remember one time I was bored and I clicked on one of them and it was about a guy getting circumcised, and he acted like it was nothing, and it was like so great and all this stuff. And I was like, this is all propaganda, and it's to make women think it's okay to go around sleeping around and doing all this disgusting, degenerate shit. Yeah, yeah. You don't need to move on. No, it's cool. I'm still listening. I'm just trying to figure out why it's not letting me go on to this. Because I want to. I'm like, I want to. Let me go on. So I'm trying to, like, figure out how to get onto it. It's like, let me do it, damn it. Did you hear my dog going, yeah, yeah? Yeah, but it is. It's like, and also the whole fact that, like, they talk about all the time Sharia law and how bad Sharia law is, but then it's like, well, why don't you talk about the laws yous have got that actually that are for Orthodox Judaism? Do you get what I mean? Like, they've got their own Sharia law. It's just called something else, and that's what I can't remember what it's called, but I'm trying to Google it right now. Cuck. Cuck. Sorry, I didn't know if you were calling me a cuck. I'm like, cuck, am I a cuck? No. But yeah, I just couldn't and wouldn't ever be. And, like, see, the worst people I think you can find is the Christian Zionists. And just because they're blinded and they've read a couple of passages, they are, like, literally helping build the third temple. And it says in the Bible that if you build the third temple, that's when the Antichrist comes back. Like, what are they meant to say? Like, stand there and just be like, oh, hi, hey, Jesus, yeah, we helped build the third temple in Israel, but we really love you. Like, he'll just be like, I smite you all, pa-choom, 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 pa-choom. Like, yeah, it's really stupid, and if they really think, like, I mean, as I said, they do not like us. Like, the person that, I think it was Cringe Nationalism, got me onto one of the guys, and it was that video, like, I'm not white, I'm Jewish, and it was all these white people that are on Twitter saying they hate white people, and white people need to give up their power to females, and give up their power, and give up this. Turns out all these people are Jewish. Like, when you push them on Twitter, they'll say, actually, I'm not white, I'm Jewish. Like, I'm an atheist Jew, or I'm a something Jew, which proves it's a race. Because to this day, people still have the stupid argument that Judaism is not a religion. It's, well, how come you can convert then if it's a religion, not a race? Because you're marrying into it, like, and then you're going to have a baby, and eventually you'll be Jew. You'll be all Jew. Like, well, you won't be, but your children will be, and blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I mean? So, like, that argument is null and void. And I don't know if converts can move to Israel. I'm totally unsure about that. I'm not really sure. I think converts can move if they're married to a Jew, like a full Jew. Because, I mean, there's non-religious Jews that can marry. And, like, I watched this thing about Israel where they go over and you get £5,000 and you can go over to Israel and live there. They give you, like, money to go and live there. I'm like, what the fuck? That's, like, I don't know why, but it must just be some kind of thing that they do. But yeah, it seems pretty dope, man. Like, not that I'd want to live in Israel, but just because I'm quite happy living here. But then sometimes, like, when I look at what's it called? Like, my sister lives in a beautiful part of America, and it's like there's some nice places everywhere. It just depends, like. But then I'm not talking about like the Middle East. Like, obviously, there's not really a lot of good idea places for me to go and live, especially because, like, if I was to walk around, if it was a hot day, like, and if I was to walk around wearing like a belly top or something and then blonde hair, they would be like, prostitute, let's go and rape and kill her, and I'd be beheaded on TV or something. So yeah, fuck that. No thank you. No thanks, but no thanks. Cool, very cool. I can't do his voice. I was trying to just jump. Very cool, but no. But yeah, how are you doing? Oh, the Uber game, how you doing? 40,000 slaves. Oh, that is crazy. That really is crazy. Really is crazy. But listen, guys, right, I'm gonna go. Thank yous for letting me. Thanks for streaming with me, and I'm gonna have a shower and then I'm gonna come back and stream because I got totally soaked in the rain. I look like a drowned rat. But thank yous for chilling with me and having my Jew talk. We were just spitballing and having good ideas. Sorry it got a bit weird talking about circumcision. Just that was really sweet, yous all, and English till I die. Hi. Um, Again, sorry, Bella Ricci, again, thank you, you're a great guy, and I'll check out your videos, Peter Marton, if you could, I'm going to take a screenshot so that I've got your, so that I've got your name, and I'll check out your videos. I'm going to watch that, and, and cringe, love you, and I'll speak to you all later, and everybody have a great day, and